The Bible does not need to convince anybody. It needs people to believe it.
You don't have time to help everybody, right?
Yeah.
It's like people want to come to you for every single question. So you send them to other pastors. But let's say for some reason, they don't like the way they're being led.
If you only follow when you agree, then who's actually leading you? In your heart posture, humility kills pride. So you have to have humility. Anyone can listen when somebody's telling them everything they want to hear. But what if somebody's giving you bars too, but you're just not there emotionally or even receptively?
Wow.
That's why in James chapter 1, it says swift to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. People who speak a lot, they're listening to respond. They're not listening to actually heal. They're not listening to actually grow. If you only follow when you agree, you're leading yourself. And that's why I don't debate with people, persuade people. Why? Because you already have your mind made up. The Bible does not need to convince anybody. It needs people to believe it. It's about faith. It's not about confirmation, as we say. That's what listening skills is. And I go, I don't disagree with them, but I respect them enough to hear it from their side, which ties into heart posture. So there's times where people will say, I am listening. And you're like, you're not. I'll tell them that. And they're like, I am. And they get angrier. Take dreams and visions, for example. When I say stuff like dreams and visions, sure, can be biblical, but it's not the center focal point. A person who's listening will be like, huh, interesting. Okay, what is the focal point then? Others who aren't listening will go, what are you talking about? Yes, it is. So you're telling me dreams and visions, and they start doing this. And it's like, why can't you be like, huh, okay, so let me hear him out. What does he mean by this? They won't do that. We have to be very cautious about that. Heart posture always ties into this type of stuff. If you have a good biblical heart posture, you will be like King David, listening to God, putting his emotions aside. When he could have killed King Saul, he could have stabbed him, but he was like, I'm not going to do it. This is God's anointed. So he threw his feelings aside, his perspective aside. If he killed him right there, it would have been easier. He didn't have to be cave hopping. He put his pride aside. He put everything aside. He said, I'm going to listen to God. God said, don't touch him. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it at that and see what happens. And honestly, because of that, all of King Saul's people served King David too later. Was like, dang, you could have did him dirty and you didn't.